Hello everyone, thanks for joining us today. So this video you're about to watch is coming from the Diaspora Panel YouTube channel. So this particular video, they exposed 5 Fulani leaders who brought terrorists, insecurity to Nigeria. As Nigeria is going through a traumatizing period at the moment, which was caused by Fulani bandits and Islamic terrorists. So they have made northern Nigeria ungovernable. And today these people discussed the Fulani leaders who brought these bandits to Nigeria and what the government of Nigeria need to do about them. And it is really shocking that somebody like El-Rufai was equally mentioned. Buhari was also there. Sanusi, of all people, that is the Sultan of Sokoto, was equally mentioned there. So I want you guys to watch in detail this particular video to see the exposition made by these people. It is really, really shocking. As you watch, don't forget to share this video. Share to as many places as you can. Let people see and be at alert. Because as it is at the moment, these people need to be questioned. I don't want to talk much on this. You can watch the video and drop your thoughts.
We want to share with you the 5 Fulani leaders who brought terror to Nigeria. Let me repeat that. We want to share with you today the names and the identity of 5 Fulani leaders who brought terrorism to Nigeria. So, according to a report circulating on the internet, credited to the current National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, bandits were brought into Nigeria by General Muhammadu Buhari to oust President Goodluck Jonathan. Bandits are not Boko Haram. They are not herdsmen. They are terrorists. According to this report, it all started in April 2014 when Buhari assembled his supporters and strategists to determine how to remove Jonathan Goodluck from office. Prominent among these people were Nasir El-Rufai, a former governor of Kaduna State, and one General Dambazau. A decision was reached to consult Miyetti Allah, which is a cattle breeders association, for assistance to boot Jonathan out of office. Consequently, the national chairman of Miyetti Allah was paid to bring in foreign mercenaries. Within a month, about 6,000 Fulani fighters were brought in from Mali, from Senegal, from Niger Republic, Chad, Libya, and other countries. On arrival, they were assembled in Kaduna under the sponsorship of Nasir El-Rufai and were addressed by many northern leaders, including the Sultan of Sokoto, General Muhammadu Sahad Abubakar. Specifically, Buhari in his address told the fighters that the British handed Nigeria over to the Fulanis at independence and that Nigeria belonged to Fulanis. They must therefore reclaim, their mission is to reclaim what belongs to them. He added that at the event that Jonathan Goodluck won the election, the Fulani machinery must fight until they regain control of the country. He assured them that the Nigerian army was behind them. The mercenaries received training from the commandant of the Nigerian Defense Academy and were sent to 6 camps in Ekiti State, Benue State, Katsina State, Kaduna State, Zamfara State, and Borno State. In the camps, brand new pickup trucks, generators, etc., were provided for them. Nigeria Air Force helicopters were used to provide them with essential supplies like food, water, drinks, and even arms and ammunition. Contrary to expectation, President Jonathan lost the election, and the purpose of bringing in these mercenaries were defeated. The mercenaries in various camps were there then abandoned and neglected. No more food, no more essential supplies. The relationship between Miyetti Allah, Nasir El-Rufai, who has then become a state governor, and General Dambazo broke down. El-Rufai then declared that these fighters were no longer needed and they should go back. Consequently, the killings in Kaduna commenced as a warning to El-Rufai, but it did not bother him. He declared that he had paid the people carrying out he had paid them and they didn't want to stop. The Nigerian police did not bother to call El-Rufai to give further clarification on this. The mercenaries at the various camps decided to go about to find food for themselves. by robbing people, going to the farmland, and kidnapping. Mietiala made several efforts to contact El-Rufai and Dambazo to appeal to them to provide money to return these fighters to where they come from. All efforts proved abortive. The mercenaries at this point vacated their organized camps and took to crime and terrorism and spread all over the country. They were offered 100 billion to return back to their countries. Mietiala collected this money, but nothing happened. So, Shupo, I'm going to start with you. The first question is, we know that the authorities in Nigeria know this. We know Buhari is now deceased. Buhari is dead now. But why is the Sultan of Sokoto, General Dambazau, Nasir El-Rufai, and Miyete Alalida, why have they not been arrested or even investigated or interrogated? And these are people who have committed crime against Nigeria. Are they above the law? Are they untouchable?
Thank you very much. I think there is a belief in Nigeria that we are all equal. I don't believe that every Nigerian shares that opinion. I think maybe if you speak to a lot of people in the South, that is the mindset of what a nation should be. The reality is that the hegemony that has controlled Nigeria has never believed in equality of all persons. As a matter of fact, a certain tribe, and I must say also a certain religion, have been identified as premium. Everybody else should be considered lucky.
I don't want you to use a certain tribe. Mention the name of the tribe. Mention it. And I want us. This is no longer time to keep the gloves on. Let's remove let's remove the what's it called now? Let's remove
Okay, yeah. So I think the Fulani hegemony that has ruled Nigeria does not believe in the equality of all people. They believe they are supreme, and a certain religion, which is Islam, is also supreme. So what happens is, if anybody who is Fulani or who is a Muslim does anything that is against the law, they cannot, in short, be held accountable because they are the law, so to speak. This hegemony originates from a feudal system or pattern of government, which is largely known within the Fulani hegemony. Unfortunately, with all of the things that you've identified, it is sad that these people are still walking freely as if nothing happened. We've had so many stories. I think there's another story circulating, for example, on the internet where a specific terrorist was said to have, killed an assistant police commissioner. What happened? Nothing. In fact, also after killing him, wearing his uniform. We've also heard that the uniforms of Nigerian either police officers or soldiers is actually now game among these terrorists because that is part of the loot for them to claim their supremacy. So to answer your question, the hegemony that has ruled Nigeria does not believe in the equality of all persons, and this is why people who have committed grievous and heinous crimes are still walking freely as if nothing has happened.
Thank you very much. So, Lighton, I'm going to come on to you now. It's so easy to go to Kenya and arrest Nnamdi Kanu. It's so easy to go there and arrest somebody from Kenya to bring him to justice in Nigeria. But why is it so difficult to arrest Fulani leaders who are based in Nigeria, who have committed this and continue to commit this crime? Do you see double standard there, Lighton?
If you want to say, it's more than double standard. Like Fubo rightly said, some people in Nigeria, they believe that they are better, they are well placed because of their state of origin, because of their nationality, because of their section of the country and religion. So That is what is happening in Nigeria since all these days, and they even do it with impunity, and nobody will question them, nobody can query them. But because that is what they want, they cannot. What Igboho, I mean, what you even forgot to mention Igboho too. You remember Igboho's house was boggled into, and so a lot of people were killed in Igboho's house, right? So the same thing, the kind of judgment meted to Kanu is the same thing meted to Sunday Igboho, right? Sunday Igboho that never killed anybody, that never instructed anybody to go and kill. They went to his house and they killed. But the Meyeti Allah, the banditry, they give them gun. They were giving them money. They are the repentant ones among them. They give them clothes. They are feeding them. They recruit them into the army, right? Now serving as informers to the bandits that we are fighting. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, what I'm suggesting is we just need to sit down, right? What are these people? What do they want? Right? We need to address it. Their wants. So it is when we know what they want that we can build support for it. We cannot run Nigeria like this. People cannot be killing because we are Muslim. You cannot be killing Christian. You as if they are slaughtered. I saw one video. They slaughter people, somebody, as if they are slaughtering cow. Human being. They were using hammer on people's head. They asked them to tie their hand backward, and they were beating them that they should bring out their money. Where is their money? They should call their family. They said these are the Yoruba people, these are the Igbo people, but they are killing everybody, right? So what we want to say is, what do these people want? El-Rufai said they've asked them to go. But the El-Rufai of this world, the Sultan of Sokoto of this world, what do you want? Sit down. It is when we know what we want that we can build support for it. Right? It is abnormal for us to be together. We are not together. Our thinking is not the same. Our orientation is not the same. Our religion is not the same. Our orientation, I mean, the way we view things is not the same. Right? Why are we together with these people? Right? So the issue of saying they can't, because it is easy for them to go and arrest this guy Kanu in where he was caught, and the Fulani are here. They fail to arrest them. A lot of Fulani are in the army that the army cannot even shoot them. Thank you very much.
All right, okay. Demola, these bandits, majority of them now have now been enlisted into the Nigerian army. They said they are repentant terrorists. It's like Israel taking Hamas into the Israeli army and saying they have repented. Does it make sense? Does it make sense, Demola?
Yeah, it's just like putting fire on your rooftop and you don't expect your house to be burned down. I don't think it makes any sense. You know, we have to give credit to Goodluck Jonathan for this peaceful transition of power in 2015. For him not to counter-react with these mercenaries that were brought into Nigeria to remove him from power. And also from the foreign governments that were aiding and supporting those activities towards the removal of Jonathan. It's obvious, it's on record that United States of America under Obama were also complicit in that act. We have this problem now. We are all on our own. Having this, and this policy of integrating what they call the revamped or
repentant terrorists.
Terrorists. It's the policy of Buhari, and it brings to focus from his emergency as president. If we realize is that one of the big politicians in the North, Galadima, specifically also buttress the point of Nuru Ribadu, that they deliberately brought Buhari into power because Buhari was not interested in politics, because he said the politics was too dubious. But they convince him because they want to use him for that agenda. And this is the work of Arewa Consultative Forum. The problem of Nigeria is the people that are marking 25 years of nonsense. The Arewa Consultative Forum, you ask them, for 25 years of our existence, what have they done for the North? They have built a lot of political billionaires. They have built a lot of foreign money laundering abroad, siphoning money that are meant for the people into private accounts in Nigeria and abroad, and nothing to show for the interests of the Northerners. The ordinary people of Northerners are not. So they are using all this to blackmail and to control the government. What do you expect? We are having a lot of leakages in security apparatus now. Where do you think it's coming from? It's from these bandits and terrorists that were integrated into the army. They are bias that are already stained the taste of our meat.
Thank you.
They are pausing.
Thank you, Demola. Thank you. Let me pause you because of time. I'm going to come back to you, Shupo. Now, a couple of days ago, the governor of Kebbi State, and we know that some schoolgirls were abducted in Kebbi State. So maybe about 100 of them were abducted. So the governor of Kebbi State said that there were soldiers. It's not like the place was left undefended. There were actually soldiers stationed there to protect that school. But 15 minutes before the terrorists, struck, the soldiers received a telephone from somebody to leave the site, and then the soldiers left, and then the terrorists struck and took the girls away. So, and the governor was asking who gave that order. So if the governor, who himself is a Fulani, is confused, doesn't know who gave this order, are we seeing a system in area where some army general, maybe some retired army generals, or maybe some retired, maybe some big guns are working for or some generals in the army or some commanders in the army are actually working for these terrorist organizations? Because we have had different stories of soldiers who have been told not to shoot at terrorists. And some of them who dare to shoot at these terrorists were removed from the army. And some people, some soldiers who dare to come and say, oh, they didn't give us harm, they didn't do this for us, they were all removed. So is Nigeria army now fully compromised, Shupo?
I think you just said the exact word. The Nigerian army is, in my opinion, is completely complicit and actually compromised. Look, when the governor himself cannot determine, does not know who gave the order, that tells you that the governor is just a figurehead. He is not in control. He's not absolutely in control. If soldiers could receive a phone call from somebody else, whoever that person is, and could leave their post only for that school to be attacked about 10 or 15 minutes after, it tells you that they are loyal to other external interests. So this is the story of sabotage. And this is always what happens when you have so-called repentant terrorists in the army. I mean, their allegiance is not to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Their allegiance is going to be to whomever has determined that, they are repentant and is enabling or facilitating their being, taken in, or even in certain cases, even commissioned as officers. It is an internal sabotage. And as long as the army still has these, elements within them, the Nigerian army will never succeed in its campaign against terrorism. Now, let me say something, in addition to this. A few weeks ago, we all watched, in the news when the Minister for the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, went to a site that was being disputed and was refused entry by an officer, Officer Yerima, under the command of, was it a current
retired naval officer?
He was a retired naval officer. Why are retired naval officers still within the line of command?
Still giving commands.
So the whole armed forces organization needs a complete overhaul. I mean, anybody serving in any of our security agencies should go through a thorough security clearance process. And if you have ever, been compromised, either you've been involved in illegal activity, you've been involved in banditry, robbery, or any of these type of things, that automatically should disqualify you from being able to work in any of these agencies.
Thank you very much. Lighton, I want to take you down what we call the memory lane. Many years ago, during the time of Obasanjo, Chief Bola Ige was the Attorney General of the Federation. He was in his house in Ibadan with his police escorts. And then, a few minutes before his assailant struck, the policemen received a call to leave the site. And the policemen left the site. And then the killers came and killed them. So, are we seeing a kind of state security architecture that was made since the time of the British to eliminate or to destabilize? Because I don't understand why. Who are the people making these calls? Like that.
You see, that is what we always say. It's just a repeat of what they did for Bola Ige, the repeat of what they did for this guy that died in Rivers State, this PDP man, Toye Douglas or so, I forgot his name now. One of the chairman of PDP, one of the chairmen in the South. They tell you that it's still a rule of thumb that they are using. They don't want to level up their games, right? What we need to do this time around is there should be a scientific way of killing people that they will not be able to trace it to them. But they are idiots. They are all idiots. What they do is, sorry to say for that word, what they do is they will send the security apparatus, send them away. And there is even a small boy will realize that things has to be done in different way. Not the same thing, not the same way, not the same measure, right? What we are saying in essence is the government, they are involved. They know everything that is going on. They know about the killing. They know about what is going on. They are the wanted, the guiding all this army. Go in so time. You have to leave your duty post. Go away. So somebody who wants to come here to come and cut away the children, they will come away. They will cut them away. So they can now call them go back. In the war front, they will say, don't shoot. Don't shoot Boko Haram. Don't shoot the banditry. For what? Why you is it not for a simple thing? They will know what is going on, right? And everything they just do things. They don't apply their sense. the way they do it. And those people who wants to come and the moment they ask the soldier men that they are there, the moment they ask them to leave that place, so those people want to come and rescue them. You know, the bandits, they ambush them. Those people want to come and rescue the 25 children, 25 people of that government girls' school college in Kebbi. They lay an ambush for them. 24 of them were wounded. So it is, you don't need a diviner. You don't need a suicide or clairvoyant to tell you that these people, they are the bomb, they are engineering it. They masterminded everything that happened. Since the time President Buhari has been saying that everybody, the bandits who are repentant, that they should inculcate them into the army. That is when everything turned comatose. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Demola, there's something that is bothering me. Okay, so the worshippers of the community in Kwara, I think Eruku, they have now regained their freedom. All the 35 of them have now they've regained their freedom. But nobody is talking about this bandit. Did you kill these bandits? Did you arrest them? So, but we just heard that, okay, these people have been released. But why are they not arresting these bandits and bringing them to justice? Why is it so easy to go to Kenya and pick an Igbo man? But the Fulanis who are doing this damage at home here, why are they on rampage? Why are we not arresting them?
That is a story of Nigeria for you. There is secrecy and lack of transparency in everything. There is no honesty in all this. Even at this crucial period, with all the pressures from international bodies and countries, with all eyes on Nigeria, and yet we still refuse to do the right thing. We are behaving like a madman that keep on doing the same thing and the same thing again and expect to see a different result. We are not honest. We are not sincere. We are not really serious about tackling this crisis, this murderous evils that are in Nigeria, because people are profiting from it economically and politically. It is a tool in the hands of politicians to discredit their opponent and to gain edge over others because they cannot convince people with sincerity of purpose. Because they knew that when they create insanity, then that is where they can strive, that is where their hands can be done, and that is where elections and political influence can be done. They can move people, dislocate people from voting, create an environment where people will scare away from going to the police station. It's all gimmick. It's all in the hands of the politician. It's all politics. But they are playing on people's life. They don't have conscience at all. Our Nigerian politicians are so dubious that they can do anything to get into power, even if they have to sacrifice the whole country for them to do it. They don't care as long as they gain that power. So it's obvious that people, when you say you arrest or you rescue people, from who? Who are the people you rescue from? Where are they? Why are you not arrested? How many of them are already deceased or fall as casualty to your rescue mission?
Mm.
None.
Yes.
The other time they said that the guys escaped. Escape from where? Look, they are not telling the whole truth. The eyes on them, they are having their celebration at Abuja. They are not. They are only giving what they want to give because the world is crying too much about them.
Yeah.
They need to be more sincere, and this is a clarion call to our service chiefs. They are called upon at this crucial moment to make history, to change things for good, to make name for themselves. Even if we have to take their life, let them do the best. That is what Lagbaja did.
Thank you.
And if Nigeria need to be, look, the chief of army staff, General Waidi Shuaib, need to go to the deep down of all this. Who is giving contrary order to the interest of his command?
Thank you very much, Demola. I'm going to have to push you down. So sorry, we're out of time. And I want to take this opportunity to tell our leaders, from the president down to the service chiefs, I don't understand why the emir of Sokoto has not been invited to say what he knows about bringing bandits to Nigeria. Why has El-Rufai not been invited to come and make a statement? Why is General Dambazo not been invited to come and make a statement? Why is the leader of the Miyetti Allah not being invited to come and make a statement? Why are all these people to walking free? Why are we not prosecuting these people? This is something, Mr. President, sir, we need to prosecute. There should be no go area. We want this information. We want these people to be prosecuted. They have done a lot of damage to this country. And on that note, we're going to say call it quits for today. And I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Olalawal from Canada. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And Mr. Olaito Adedigba, all the way from America. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me too.
And to my brother in the UK, Mr. Ademola Disa, thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure being here always. Thank you so much.
To all our viewers, we're going to see you on the next video. On the next video, we are going to tell you the 7 things that needs to be done to checkmate terrorism in Nigeria. 7 things Nigeria needs to do to checkmate terrorism in Nigeria. So we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you for this wonderful piece, the diaspora panel YouTube. I love that you use your platform to expose these 5 people. Yes, somebody like El-Rufai needs to be questioned. And remember, I posted on my channel, this channel, that where Adeola exposed one of his. I think she had an interview with someone else. I think is an AU African Union security expert. This man blows horse and exposed vividly that Tinubu has a deal with these terrorists, and the reason why this insecurity has jeopardized the whole country is becoming increasing at the moment is because Tinubu has not fulfilled that particular deal, the agreement with the terrorists. And guess what? Why hasn't this guy, your vice president, Shetima, made a single statement regarding insecurity going on? That is to tell you, because he is among the Boko Haram, terrorists. He is their founder. He's one of their sponsors, as a matter of fact. If not, why is he keeping quiet even when his state, his own town, is burning? You get the point? So if you have not watched that video, you can go back as well after watching this video to watch how African Union AU security expert exposed how Tinubu failed to keep his promise with the terrorists in order to become the president of the country. The Tinubu deal with terrorists was exposed by these people. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We are going to be bringing you guys any latest updates regarding exposition on this insecurity. We are praying for a better state and a better environment, a better country, and not a deadly country or a dead zone as Nigeria is at the moment. May God protect his children. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching.